Hey guys, I'm Shantanu Udasi back again with another video for Analytics India magazine recapping everything that has been going on in the world of artificial intelligence and technology. I have gathered a few stories, so let's just not waste any more time and jump right into our stories. Our first story is about CoWIN and what is going wrong with him and what are the underlying issues. So these are some of the pressing questions that is it valid solution for a country to implement something so technologically advanced in the healthcare sectors for vaccinations that is mandatory for everyone to get in a country with a massive power imbalance, digital literacy gap and inequality. So we know the technical challenges that everyone was facing while using the CoWIN app for registrations as soon as it started the registration for people in the age category of 18 to 45 years. The situation got a bit better, but here are some underlying issues beyond the technical glitches that we are not noticing. So the first one is privacy policy. So this app does not have any privacy policy in place and is linked to the National Health Data Management Policy. The government has declared that it cannot issue a privacy policy for this application because it is accessible only by the national, state and the district administration. Because the CoWIN app links to the health data policy, the health data policy does not specify the personal data collected by CoWIN, data sharing with third parties, data retention and deletion. It does not specify any of these points and that is a cause of concern. And this issue was raised by a collective of legal counsel working for digital freedom, and this issue was raised in January of 2022. Still, however, the CoWIN app still links the data to health data policy. As it was made mandatory for the people between the age of 18 to 45 to register themselves on the CoWIN app, this move was criticized as being exclusionary because a lot of people neither have the infrastructure nor the literacy to digitally register themselves in an app. The Union Home Ministry said that people living in rural areas and semi-urban areas can make use of common service centers to register on the CoWIN platform. Further, private companies such as PayWorld, a financial services portal, is helping people in rural areas to register on CoWIN's website. Despite all these methods, this has become a chaotic mess. Another problem is that CoWIN is a public API and people can create a lot of loopholes using this. A lot of people are circumventing the procedure to book their slots for vaccination. People are toying with this public API to book slots as soon as they are made available. Some people have gone further to create scripts to manipulate this public API to book slots automatically as soon as they become available. So this is a huge problem, it's a huge mess, and the government will need to clear this clutter in order to boost its vaccination drive even further. Moving on to our next story. Our next story is an article that lists every innovative product that was launched at Google I/O today. So Google has announced this massive update to Android 12 which creates a better look for its Android, and it has also added some AI features. So the AI features that I was talking about are basically that they have a private compute core feature which will use AI processes on your phone to customize replies and notifications. Another innovation that will be really helpful for people working from home is that their smart canvas smooshes docs, productivity and video calls all in one. Now you can video call with people that you are sharing the document with and discuss out the details. So it is easy to stump AI with asking something very bizarre, but Google is working on something that is making conversation with AI models more resilient to unusual or unexpected queries. Therefore, Google is working on its new natural language processing technique which makes it more like talking to a real person rather than a voice interface for a search. Another surprising innovation was that Google is working on a futuristic 3D video calling booth. It is called Project Starline. It is a high-tech 3D video call setup that can create realistic 3D avatars of people on both the sides of the system. It is still experimental, but it looks very promising. So Google have also launched something called Vertex that collects all the scattered AI and machine learning tools supported by Google and its subsidiary companies and puts them all into one place. So as we all know, Google does a lot of stuff with machine learning and artificial intelligence, and therefore they are creating a new generation of Google's custom AI chips. So this new chip TPU v4 is going to be twice as fast as their older chips. Google is also taking the massive library of pictures that is available at their disposal in their Google Photos, and they are creating something using artificial intelligence that can create a frame between your pictures that are taken seconds apart. Moving on to our next story and staying with Google, Google has announced health tool that identifies skin conditions using your phone's camera. Google's latest foray into healthcare is an artificial intelligence based app that takes pictures of your skin, nails and hair and tells you the conditions of it. People can use their phone's camera to take 3 pictures of the problem area, for example, a rash on the arm. They'll then answer a series of questions about their skin type and other symptoms. The tool then gives you a list of possible conditions from a set of 288 that it is trained to recognize. So it is just a sophisticated version of Google searches that you do after you find out that you have new symptoms of some random disease. And they decided to create something like this just because the Google search numbers were overwhelming for skin diseases. They got about 10 billion annual skin condition queries, and they started to feel that the amount of dermatologists around the world is very less and people are trying to cope with their skin conditions on their own. So they have decided to give some kind of a professional help to those people. This AI model is trained on a lot of images of skin problems. So this model also takes into consideration the race, the sex, the age and the skin type of the person while making suggestions about their skin condition. Google said that this AI found the correct condition in the top 3 results 84% of the time, and it included the correct condition as one of the possible issues 97% of the time. Moving on to our next story. Our next story is about how artificial intelligence is helping musicians to discover their creativity. So artificial intelligence is being integrated in the music industry at a rapid pace. There are a lot of artificial intelligence algorithms that can provide you with tracks completely made by artificial intelligence. Initially, there was a lot of pushback by the industry that artificial intelligence is going to rob the creativity out of the music industry. But now many artists are feeling that they are about to enter the golden age of creativity, which can be powered by artificial intelligence, and it can push the music industry into new directions. An algorithm called AVA uses artificial intelligence and deep learning algorithms to help mainstream users compose their own soundtrack music and scores. It is perfect for influencers on TikTok and YouTube who regularly want royalty-free music. So these algorithms are not only being used by amateurs but professionals as well. Grammy-nominated producer Alex the Kid used IBM Watson to analyze 5 years of hit songs as well as cultural data from films, social media and online articles to figure out a theme for an AI-generated song that fans would enjoy. Therefore, he created a song called Not Easy, which reached number 4 on the iTunes Hot Track charts within 48 hours of release. Artificial intelligence is helping the music industry with artist and repertoire discovery by combining through music and trying to identify the next breakout star. An example of this being Warner Media Group acquiring a tech startup last year that uses algorithm to review social, streaming and touring data to find a promising talent that they can back. AI technology is creating a perfect harmony between the artists and their art, and people in the creative field need not fear about losing their job just yet, because we are not at that point that artificial intelligence can create promising music. But as tools develop and the music industry learns how to use artificial intelligence as a supplement to human creativity, our world will continue to sound sweeter and sweeter every year. So that's about it. Those were all the stories that I have for you today. Please read all these stories in their entirety. Links for them in the description down below, and click on the thumbs up if you liked this video. That helps us a lot. Please click on that subscribe button and ring that notification bell so that you never miss any other updates from Analytics India magazine.